These are my biggest money regrets in my early 20s. The first one is spending money to mask my insecurities. I constantly spent money on new shoes, bag, clothes, everything that would make me look better on the outside instead of working on what was inside. Number 2 is not saving for my future. I was really lost in my 20s and I spent a lot of my time traveling, partying, just having fun. These were all amazing experiences, but I do wish that I put a little bit more money aside to prepare for my future and help me just get a head start in life. Number 3 is letting my limiting beliefs about money hold me back. I constantly felt like I never had enough money and I had a scarcity mindset towards money. I didn't realize that a lot of this developed through childhood. And although this isn't my fault, it is my responsibility to take charge and change my own narrative. Once I shifted from scarcity to abundance mindset, I had so many opportunities come my way. And although there are a lot of things that I wish I could have done better, there's no point dwelling on the past. These are all learning opportunities to grow and make better choices in the future. I would like to know if you guys have had any lessons over the years, so please share them with me in the comments below.
I wasted so much time in my early 20s worrying about all the wrong things. I just turned a year older this past month. Don't have many regrets in life. However, one thing I regret worrying about in my early 20s is when things were gonna happen for me. Now, of course, it's always good to have some sort of timeline for your goals. But I think that definitely helps me stay in check with, where I want to be, how fast I want to be there. That can also be really detrimental. And the main reason why I think that was like a really big regret and something that I wish I could do over from my early 20s is because I had such amazing experiences, moments, and whatnot. Looking back to the past now and present time, I'm like, wow, I can't believe I did X, Y, and Z. I was always worrying about what was next. I was never enjoying the moment fully. Some things only happen once in a lifetime, so I really wish I could go back and tell myself, just live right now. Worry about tomorrow. Right now, you need to take everything in and really enjoy it for what it is. So make sure that you enjoy your life to the fullest every single second.
One of my biggest regrets in my 20s is caring a lot about what people say or think about me. I think I wasted so much time doing that. And now looking at it in my 30s, I get so upset with myself because honestly, people really don't care. They really don't care. Do what you love, do what you must do. And I'm saying this because in my early 30s, that's when I started to, not care really about what people thought of me, and my life started flourishing. My life started picking up like it has never picked up before because I was able to do the things that I want to do and not care what other people are going to say. So if you're in your 20s and you're a people pleaser, I just want to let you know that these people don't care about you. It's a sad reality, but they don't care about you. So do what you love and be who you are. And yeah, the people that love you will naturally gravitate towards you.
I don't know if any other millennials can relate to this, but I low-key regret reading this book in my 20s, even though I used to recommend it to everyone. The Defining Decade by Dr. Meg Jay basically suggests that the 20s are the new 30s and really emphasizes the importance of the decisions that we make in our 20s. And I remember picking this up in an airport bookstore right after I turned 21, finishing it on the flight and thinking, oh my God, thank God I found this book right at the beginning of my 20s. Now I can do everything perfectly. I can not waste my time. I can do my 20s right. And that is how I continued to view my time throughout the decade of my 20s. Terrified of wasting my time because of kind of like the fear that this book instilled in you have to have this sense of urgency in your 20s. You cannot make the wrong decisions, or the decisions that you make during this decade are of the utmost importance. And if you're wasting time figuring things out, you're gonna get to 30 and realize you're screwed. I'm 31 now, and I can now recognize how much intense pressure I felt after reading this book to do everything right, to get super strategic with my career and make all the right career steps. Find the right mentors as quickly as possible. Take all the perfect steps to get to my next level. And the funny thing is, you could look at my LinkedIn right now and think that I actually did all of those right things, but at the end of my 20s, I'm 31 now, at the end of my 20s, I still had a major career identity crisis and felt more lost than ever, even though I did everything right that this book told me to do. I still needed to experiment. I still needed to take leaps of faith. I still needed to get things wrong in order to find the right decisions for me. And it was actually the times in my career when things didn't work out, when I took the wrong steps, that gave me the most clarity and the most confidence to find the path that was actually really right for me. To be clear, I definitely did find value in some parts of this book, but I don't agree that my 20s were my defining decade. In fact, I actually think now at 31, I'm just getting started.
These are the biggest regrets of my 20s so far. Spending so much money on one item that I literally wore one time. I did this so often in college, and it really just makes me want to go back and like slap younger me. I wish I didn't spend as many nights with people that I knew had ill intent. Just like overall being a really big people pleaser and giving people that didn't care about me at the time of day. I really just wanted to see the good in people, which really just led to just some regrets. Letting small things get to me and ruin my entire day. I'm still working on that. I wish I spent more time with my friends in college. I didn't realize how hard it would be being away from everyone that you were around for 4 years constantly. It was so easy to hang out, and I wish we would have hung out more. I also wish I would have taken more day trips in my early 20s. Not saving more money. I wish I would have been better about that and actually saving it and like investing it rather than just like letting it sit in my bank account or like going back to the first thing, just spending it on dresses and things that I was just going to wear one time. I wish I called my grandparents more. I now no longer have either of my grandparents, and I really wish I would have just made the effort to call them more and check in. I wish I took pictures of things more, and I know you're probably like, that is crazy. If you know me, I literally have almost 200,000 pictures on my camera roll. What I mean by this though is taking more pictures of things, not just to post them, but just for the memories of them. I also wish that I would have maintained a more regular like fitness schedule. Same goes for skincare. I wish I would have had a better skincare routine in my early 20s. Now that is something that I really prioritize.
The biggest mistake people in their 20s are making, they're trying so hard to find love. Don't get me wrong, love is great. It feels great when you find somebody. However, your 20s are made for you to get to know who you are. Learn about yourself, travel, explore the world. And then one day when you're gonna be so happy with who you are and you're gonna be so content with your life, the right person is gonna come into your life that's gonna match that energy.
One of the biggest mistakes I've made in my 20s is waiting for the right time. Whether it was dropping new music or starting a new hobby or asking out a girl that I'd been speaking to for a while, I always had a set of variables in my head that had to be in place to create the perfect opportunity for me to take action. I needed a certain amount of money. I needed a certain amount of support. I needed a certain amount of free time. What I didn't realize is as I was waiting for these things to fall into place, the season for me to actually take action was slipping away. I eventually didn't drop that song because it just didn't reflect how I felt all those months later. I couldn't start that hobby because the centre that actually offered the hobby in my area closed down. And the girl I wanted to ask out got asked out by someone else. She said yes, they're in a relationship and they're probably going to get married. All I'm saying is from my experience, 9 times out of 10, there's no such thing as the right time. Take action now and whatever happens, happens.